Well, first of all, guys, let me just let you know I appreciate all your patience on everything today. I know many of you have reached out to me by phone or by text, and I've tried to gather as many facts on the situation as possible. I've talked to numerous people in our department with administration. I had a very good talk with Bryce, from where the charges were this morning to where they are now, which they were dropped. After sitting down again, having numerous conversations with people, we feel that the best move at this time for Bryce, for our team, is to suspend him for tomorrow night's game. It's what we're going to do. It's not a code of conduct issue with Iowa State University. It's a decision that I have come to based on the numerous conversations that I have had.
Your own decision, not Jamie input or
this ultimately is my decision. Yes.
Just the one game.
Yes, it will be a one-game suspension.
Fred, he's being suspended for a noise violation. I mean, my God, one of your kids is out parked here in a handicap spot. Is he going to be suspended too?
Well, I've had a lot of. I'm not going to get into specifics on exactly what determined exactly how we came to this conclusion. I just felt after all the information that I gathered that this was the right thing to do.
Had you had talks with Bryce in the past regarding what the police said today about them being called there numerous times and you being informed of that?
Again, guys, I'm not going to get into too many specifics. We talked to all of our guys a lot about all the different responsibilities there are to being an athlete at a major university. So that's what that's the conclusion that we've come to.
Who do you lean on, Fred, when you make a decision like this? This is your biggest decision.
Again, it's a lot talking to administration and obviously talking to my staff. I feel we've got great support here at this university, and that's again after the numerous conversations that I had. This is what we decided to do.
With those conversations, with that information, what do you weigh, I guess, most heavily when you're making a decision like that?
Well, again, just looking at everything involved in the process, you look at everything from A to Z, and that's the conclusion that I've come to.
What was Bryce's reaction when you said he's not playing tomorrow night?
Well, again, I'm going to keep our conversation to ourselves on what he and I talked about in that office.
Bryce's neighbor said that he sat down in a meeting with you and Bryce and Bryce's roommate and police officer. Can you confirm that and what was said in that meeting?
Well, again, guys, I'm going to all the things I've said what I'm going to say about the situation.
Is he the only one suspended?
Yeah.
Okay. How does this affect tomorrow night's game?
Well, that's a great question. Obviously, going in there, it's an extremely hostile environment. They're playing great basketball right now. It's an excellent team that's really clicking and playing with a great deal of confidence. So we're gonna have to go in there and hopefully, first and foremost, get off to a great start and try to slow them down in transition. It's gonna be very difficult to keep them off the glass. But we're gonna have to do a good job, and hopefully we can go down there and get off to a good start.
Fred, how do you feel about the drug house allegation? I mean, the kid's reputation, his previous problems, all get wrapped into one big ball. I mean, do you counsel him on the fact that he got a really tough characterization today?
Yeah, again, those things are that we talked about with Bryce, and we're gonna move forward. The important thing for us, looking at it is where things were this morning, where things are now. We feel much better about the situation.
Is there any plan to administer drug tests to him or any other guys?
We have a university policy for that.
Do you have a curfew?
Do you feel this is a fair decision, and why or why not?
Again, guys, I'm going to leave it where I have it right now.
Same with my question, curfew question?
Again, guys, that's
okay.
That's stuff that we talked to our team about.
How do you let your team handle this as a group of players and as teammates and senior leadership?
Well, again, anytime you go into a game, you're going to have great leadership, and especially in this one. You're going into an extremely hostile environment. We're going to have to, again, we're down a very important piece in this game, so somebody's going to have to step up and give somebody a great opportunity.
Distracted team? Sorry.
Are we distracted team?
Yeah.
We had a good sharp practice today, so hopefully we carry that over in the game tomorrow.
Who starts?
Will Matt step in?
We'll see. We went with a couple different things today. We'll make that decision after our shoot around tomorrow.
For you, what's the process been today? From this morning to getting the information to this point now?
Well, again, I talked about that a little bit as far as the different conversations that I've had. I'm not going to get in exactly what was said in those conversations, but again, it was an early morning getting the call, and have had lengthy conversations all day long.
Now, will Bryce be available to us when you're done here, or is he off limits today?
I don't know.
Okay.
You mentioned you talk with your guys about doing the right things all the time. How frustrating is it to you now with 3 guys getting arrested, although this one charge was dropped? How frustrating is it for 3 guys in 7 months or 8 months?
Again, Travis, it's something that you talk to your guys until all the time about, and unfortunately, you're not with them for 24 hours a day. We had a couple situations this off season. I think both those guys are better now because of that, and hopefully Bryce has the same thing.
I don't really have any comment on the situation. It's unfortunate, but we have a game to get ready for.
How much tougher does it make that game?
We got a lot of good guys, 1 to 10. So I mean, it is what it is, and we're just focusing on Iowa.
How does it change your game plan, George? Do you know yet?
It doesn't. Right now, I mean, we still have 5 players on the floor. They'll still have 5 players on the floor. So I mean, it doesn't really change what we're gonna do.
As one of the leaders on the teams, do you talk to Bryce, or how do you go about this?
A situation happened. I mean, it's happened. Everything's happened so quickly. So right now, we're just letting it all play out.
What was the reaction from the team when Coach talked to you guys about this and kind of moving forward with the game plan without him?
We're just real supportive of Coach's decision, and whatever he decided to do, that's what we're going to go along with.
Do you think this will change the game at all?
No. I mean, it's a pretty big rivalry. I mean, they're a good team and we're a good team, so I think it doesn't change anything.
Do you feel a little more pressure yourself because he was kind of the other guy who was scoring a lot of points?
Not at all. I mean, a lot of guys can be given opportunities to make shots, and I think that's what they're going to do.
I can definitely say that Bryce is a strong character guy, and he's going to handle it great. We're his brothers. We're here to help him. We're always going to be by his side, and when we get him back on the Southern game, everything's going to be fine. He'll get back to playing great and doing what he does. But as for now, our focus is on Iowa.
Also, I'm trapped.
So you might have already answered this, Naz, but how did you feel when you heard this news this morning?
It was tough. It was tough for the team. But we all got in. We spoke about things, and when Bryce was one of the first guys to motivate us, man. He can't wait to see what we're gonna do to fill the spot. Just like we were talking earlier when George went out before that UNC win, and it's Iowa, man. You got to be motivated for it. One of the best college rivalries in basketball. So we're ready. We're ready to go.
Does this give you a little bit of extra motivation yourself? Just thinking, now Bryce, we're down another guy. We all need to step up, but specifically, maybe you or Matt.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm always one of those guys who's ready to pick up my brother, man. And when my brother's down, I'll be the first guy to pick him up, like I just said. So, the fact that he's gone, I feel like I got to do a little bit more. But I've been trying to do a little bit more since the beginning of the season. So, we're gonna stick to our game plan, stick to our guns. Do what we do, and just follow Coach Hoiberg and pull out a win.